talk to you about my business, and I guess my presentation is called To Be or Not to Be, Combining Passion with Purpose. I know it's cliche, there's a lot of puns in the honey business, but I'm going to use my business as a model, hopefully, to display how you combine passion and a purpose to make change. So let's begin with the history of Hives for Lives. When I was 9 years old, I lost my grandfather to esophageal cancer. His name was Houlahan. He was an English literature professor at Northwestern University, and he was my everything, and my family's everything. Sorry, a little emotional. He was our best friend, to say the least. He was a jokester. He always used to say, "Boy who farts in church sits in the pew." That's just the kind of jokes that he put out there. And one time he came down in a half tuxedo and shorts and started to teach us the foxtrot while we ate and had mocktails together. He just was the chocolate a day, singing in the rain kind of guy. And when he died, it was the moment when that childhood bubble burst. And so Molly and I, my sister, who's not here, she's in college, we decided we needed to do something to deal with our grief and to cope with it. So the idea, that was actually the inspiration, but the idea came when we were sitting around the dining room table with our grandparents from Virginia. They are beekeepers, which is a strange hobby. We're beekeepers as well. I've been one since I was about 5 years old. You know, tracing into the beehives in my white moon suit and just absorbing that whole different world that's out there. But they said they had extra honey this year when we were about 9 years old. What should we do with it? And we said, how about selling it to make a difference? And how about cancer? Because it was fresh on our minds after our grandfather had recently passed. So as most good things like Harry Potter began, we started to scratch out our ideas on the back of a napkin around the dining room table and brainstorming the logo and the motto and our mission, which was to cure cancer with our business. And that's how Hives for Lives was born. So our first year, we sold at a lot of different events, just trying to get our name out there desperately. So we sold at haunted houses and horse shows and crafts fairs, and we sold from 7 to 8 hours every weekend. And that year, we raised about $2,000 to help find a cure for cancer. And we donated to the American Cancer Society. And we got to go to this really fancy soiree where we all dressed up. And of course, my mom put us in matching dresses, my sister and I, as you can see on the slide, which is just what moms do. Happy Mother's Day to you. But that was our first year. And when we got our first standing ovation, we realized how good it feels to give back. Now the next chapter. So the next chapter begins when Molly and I were sitting at Chili's, our favorite restaurant. You know, is it Bloomin' Onion there? It's really good. But we were sitting around talking about, wow, we have something that could grow. We could really do something with this business. What should we do? And she said, well, we could be millionaires. We could have helicopters. We could fire adults. This could be huge. And I said, Molly, I don't want to do that. I want it to be hands-on. And she fired me that day. But I'm still here. I mean, she's not. We're still working together. But we decided in order to cooperate and work together that we were going to grow our business through the power of kids. So we have a group at my school, which we created, that it's kind of an entrepreneur about the power of business and combining business for good. And so right now we have hundreds of helper bees, is what we call them, nationwide, who help sell our product. And that's really how we grew and how we kept it hands-on and kept our morals as well when we started to grow. So we kind of stumbled into this business, but we had a huge opportunity on our hands because honey, I mean, I'm biased, but it's the perfect product, honestly, because it's non-perishable, which is great. And also, the message that we're sending. I mean, how many people in here know somebody who has been affected by cancer? Raise your hand. 1 in 2 men and 1 in 3 female will be diagnosed with cancer in the upcoming years. It's a really potent and far-sweeping disease. But that's why that part of the business is so poignant to a large audience, is because everybody knows somebody who's been affected. So that's the cancer portion. Then it's the kids portion, which is that it's so effective to have a kid standing on the side of the street with a jar of honey with the puppy-eyed dog look, spending their time and giving it all. Kids really do have a raw essence and a raw power that is so different from adults. We're stubborn, we don't take no for an answer. We're motivated, we have so much energy, and that's why kids are the perfect source and perfect power behind a business. Also, bees. Bees are incredibly relevant right now. I don't know if you guys have heard this, I'm going to sound like a bee nerd, but the colony collapse disorder is a very, very important topic right now, and that's that bees are disappearing and nobody knows why. And so part of our business has really evolved into teaching about the importance of beekeeping and not swatting that honeybee when you see it. It's very different than a wasp, so please be careful. And also buying local. Local has become the new term, kind of like green, that everybody tosses out there, but it's a really highly profitable term that we associate with our business because all of our honey is local and very nutritious and has a huge health benefit as well. Local allergies, spoonful a day. I have a spoonful a day for mine, but that's why we have a huge opportunity. Now, from opportunity comes a lot of lucky instances. I've been blessed over the past few years, and honestly, when you give, you gain more. So we've been rewarded with several different opportunities, like meeting the president in front of Air Force One, which was amazing, but my mom almost got sniped for taking a picture. It was very intense. And we also last year, I got the opportunity to run an Olympic torch in London, which was really cool. My few moments of fame with that flame, and I still, sleep with it in my bed, my torch. But, these opportunities, you don't go into it for the awards, but they come to you because I do believe in karma. I honestly do. When you give to this world, you really will gain in the long run. If it's not in perspective, then in experience as well. Now, as I said, in 2013, we've grown to the point where we're in Whole Foods nationwide, in 9 of the 11 regions of Whole Foods, which we're so excited about. And that's really our main source of our revenue today, is the money from Whole Foods. We're also a great harvest. We expanded to website sales, bridal, gifts, and really just trying to grow our business. And as I said, kids are so stubborn that we keep finding creative ways to try to get our message out there, putting our name on M&Ms, really just throwing yourself. I met Usher one time, and I chased down his security guards, throwing pamphlets at them, trying to get him to know my name, and perseverance is key. But we've donated about $250,000 to date, which we're very proud about. But there's always more to be done. And I'm quite frankly humbled by the group of young people I've met today already. Who really, I've learned lessons already from them about speaking like we're having a conversation, which we talked about earlier, and just the experiences that I've gained are incredible and expansive as well. So this is my call to action. Hopefully I didn't bore you all. I know it's really early, well, for me at least. So my call to action is really combining purpose and passion. So my passion is beekeeping. I know it's a strange passion, but that's my passion. At least as of now. And my purpose is really to honor my grandfather's memory and to keep it alive by talking to people every day, sharing his story every day, trying to make a change. By combining those two things, I think we can really change the world through the power of business. And also, I know I didn't put it on the slide, but kids, the power of kids is just incredible, unstoppable. You cannot put a damper on it. So just give your kids the tools and step aside and let them make a change. And be the cure we seek. And, cliche be, but so to be or not to be, that's my speech. Thank you guys for listening.